Emerging Kansas winter wheat crop continues to suffer from warm, dry, and windy weather. 25% of the wheat is now in poor to very poor condition. About 46% is rated as fair, with just 28% in good condition. That leaves only 1% rated excellent. The less wheat a farmer produces, the bigger the chances that you and I will see prices increase beyond the grocery store. Amy Hawley found two businesses that are watching the weather reports daily. Amy?
Well, even though the extreme heat has gone and the cold has now arrived, America's worst drought and half-century continues. That means we're on day 182 of dry conditions, and the longer we go, the greater the worry about all those price increases on ingredients, on everything from beer to bread.
By the time this story ends, Boulevard Brewery will have packaged about 1,000 bottles of brew. They don't get to the end of the assembly line without the final approval of brewmaster Stephen Powell's taste buds.
This is Irish ale that we're making right now.
He says it's what's outside of America's 17th largest brewery that's left a bad taste in his mouth. Grain prices continue to soar as the drought of 2012 continues.
Recently, it's since June last year that there was some signs that we would have an issue.
Even though this year's wheat crop was spared, the corn was so badly burned that farmers had to use corn, soybeans, and wheat for animal feed. A shortage of supply and an increased taste for good-tasting beer equals rising prices.
Might be price increase.
Yeah.
But not yet, so don't worry.
The winter wheat crop is now suffering in the parched land. Brewers and bread makers are anxiously waiting for the plants to grow before the first snowfall.
That's our number one cost, is our ingredients, and flour is the big driver of that.
Farm to Market Bread Company says if wheat crops are hurt by the dry conditions this winter and the prices continue to soar, they too will have to think about raising prices.
We're definitely always hoping for rain.
Without rain, quality of the crop will suffer, and that can affect taste. The brewmaster says he'll have to work harder because the taste must stay the same no matter what the cost.
We're not selling wine. It's not a vintage, where a vintage changes. That six-pack of wheat beer that you bought yesterday needs to be tasting the same next year.
Now, since man cannot live on bread or beer alone, it is why the USDA says all of us will start to see our grocery bills go up mostly in 2013. Mostly on dairy, eggs, and meat, because you may remember farmers had to sell off or liquidate most of their livestock. In downtown Kansas City, Amy Hawley, 41 Action News.